Atención, Wilson Manyoma, Borbona.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Masters and None episode
69.
69.
We're all adults here.
Yeah,
We're all adults here.
but I'm not thinking about cancers.
Yeah. So that's it. Episode 69, Masters and None. We are back again. It's Monday. It's Monday, and again, something to look forward to on Mondays. I know I get psyched about Mondays.
Not just Monday.
Correct. Let's go. Not any Monday.
Not just any Monday.
This is Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yes, which you just explained to me isn't his birthday.
No, his birthday is actually January 15th, but it's celebrated on the third Monday of January.
Why do they do that?
Probably just to make it convenient for the work week. They're like, yeah, let's celebrate MLK, but not actually on his birthday. Let's celebrate MLK on a day that gives us a 3-day weekend.
Do they do that with like President's Day and shit like that? It's like that too, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Imagine Valentine's Day was like that. It just wasn't the 14th.
Oh my God! Imagine you'd always have an excuse to forget.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, damn it! I thought it was the 15th this month.
Damn, my relationship date should be like that, right?
Yeah, right. It really should. You should get like a little buffer.
Yeah.
Like a little one, give or take a day or two.
Plus or minus.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got flashcards of certain dates. For real, there's some I had to just put into work and just study.
I turn them into work passwords. You know what I'm saying? That way I never forget them. Use them every
tricky.
day.
Nah, see, that's tricky because now work passwords and, you got to change them like every 6 weeks.
Do I have to do mine every, is it 90 days?
Bro, it's
I think
something
it's
crazy.
every 90 days or something like that. I have to change my password at work.
Yeah,
something ridiculous. And it's like, I make this joke every time we have to change our passwords. And sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's shit.
Sometimes you miss.
Yeah, so like this is back in the day when we were in the office. I would be like, I'd be like, damn, and because everybody usually has to change their passwords like around the same time.
Yeah.
It ends up just working out that like every time you have to change your password, somebody else just did it, a couple weeks ago.
And somehow it always works out where it syncs up, like female menstrual cycles.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird.
When you work together long enough, your password reset date just syncs up.
Yeah, it's the weirdest shit. So I would tell people, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to buy another dog. All these password changes,
right?
That would be my joke. And some people would be like, I see what you did there. That's fucking hilarious. And some people would just not get it. Now you gotta buy another dog because all my passwords are my dog's names.
Oh, I got you. Because at first I was like, I don't really.
Oh, you didn't get it either? I'm sorry.
I was like, I didn't really, I'm like, But thanks for walking me through that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe the joke isn't that, maybe it's a bad joke.
It's good. I mean, I guess I just have shitty passwords. Maybe I'm just not, I'm not thinking outside the box with my password.
Yeah, I can't say, let me get another street I grew up on, You can only do that once.
Can't do that.
Yeah, the joke doesn't work in every direction, but it works in some.
It works in some and works in most.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Yeah. So we got a ton of stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, man, we really do. So I kind of want to talk about, where I like to start. I like to start with what we're watching.
Okay. Yeah.
I like to start sometimes with what we're watching at the time, whether it be on Netflix or whatever. This one happens to be on Amazon Prime, but by way of Showtime. And that show is
YellowJackets.
That shit is a good show. You put me on to that show.
Fucking good show. Somebody at work put me on. My boy Nick. He told me about it, said I might like it. Man, I put it on and just immediately was like hooked. Real good show. Its storyline is kind of based on Lord of the Flies. Like the storyline like derives from like it's that kind of story. It was inspired by Lord of the Flies. I should say that. It's
kind of like a new take on
Lord of the Flies. A bunch of kids get trapped on deserted island or middle of the woods, whatever the case may be. And this story is about a bunch of kids who get into a plane crash, end up lost in the woods for what they say is 19 months, and the story plays on present day and past tense, so that you don't really know what happened back then, but like you're watching it as you watch like current day. I don't know if that's a terrible explanation of how the show is shot, but that's it. That's the show right there.
It's very like it jumps back in time and jumps forward, like to explain characters' stories, because the story starts from like present time. These people are adults now, some of them, and then the ones that are still with us, and then it goes back to like when they were on the island, because it essentially is a team of high school soccer players.
Yeah, and the crazy stuff that happens when they're lost on this. It's not. I don't think it's an island. I think they're just in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And it's really, really interesting because when I first started watching it, I'm thinking like, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? And as the show goes on, you just start like, all those questions begin to answer themselves.
It was
really,
compelling.
Really, really interesting show. I like it a lot.
It was compelling. It has like because there's one season available now that's on. I got it, like I said, on Amazon through Showtime. But it's just compelling writing, man. It really is. There's a lot of plot twists, a lot of like
It just
drama.
sucks you in.
It pulls you in. There's there's really no character in this show that I don't care about. You know how there's always a couple of characters every show that you watch where you can't wait for it to kind of get back to that one character, like yeah cool, blah blah whatever. I hope this whole episode isn't about so and so. I want to get back to the person I care about. So, but there's it's a lot of compelling stories, so it's good. But anyway, that's it, man. I wanted to kind of just recommend to you guys this show because Berto put me on, and I'm goddamn excited
that you
watch
watch it. Yeah.
If
you guys need information, you could borrow Justin's, and he'll let you watch YellowJackets on his account.
Yeah, man, you guys can a little something.
Yeah, hit him up on Instagram.
That's right.
Do you want to get into the topics from the title, or do you want to talk about my terrible luck betting on the Cowboys last night?
I kind of do want to touch a little bit on that.
Yeah. How many episodes? 2 episodes ago, we talked about FanDuel and like sport betting. FanDuel, excuse me.
Yes.
I said that as a joke, and now it's stuck.
Yeah.
FanDuel and all these other applications, sports betting through applications, or can you also sport bet like in casinos too out here, or just through apps?
I'm not sure. I think you can, but I know that it's electronic online sports betting is now available in New York State.
Yeah, so now everybody's off their VPNs downloading apps that let you sport bet. So I downloaded one, and as soon as they cut the check, I'll tell you guys who it was. But I downloaded one and threw $100 in and put it on the Cowboys last night because I'm a Cowboys fan, win or lose. And fucking my first experience is a loss.
I mean, it wasn't just any loss.
Yeah, so
it was a loss. So unfortunately, you parted with that $100.
Yeah,
but it was a learning experience.
Mm-hmm. They were losing the entire fucking game, dude. They were losing the first drive of the game. 49ers had the ball for 4.5 minutes, drove the ball right down the field, dude, and like 5 completions in a row, and just drove it down to get a touchdown. I was like, I didn't have a ton of money in, but like it always makes it more fun to watch when you got some skin in the game,
Of course, man.
So and I desperately wanted Dallas to win. Like, you don't even know how bad I wanted them to win. Like, I've been every season I say that this is our season, but this time I genuinely believed it. And they're losing from the very beginning. They start making what looks like a comeback, and there was a lot of penalties, but the one that we're going to talk about today may or may not be one of the biggest ones of the night. It's at the end of the game. Dak Prescott runs the ball. He's like, I guess there's no open receivers. He runs the ball a couple yards.
Let's get the score. What's the scenario?
It's 23-17.
It's 23-17.
They have to get a touchdown. There's 15 seconds left on the clock,
which is more than enough to get one playoff.
Yeah, they got no timeouts.
No timeouts.
They're in Hail Mary range, and so there's a decision that's going to be made, right? Are we going to throw the Hail Mary right now, or are we going to try to get a little closer and then do the throw? So they go to throw the ball. Dak runs the ball up, slides, and then goes to spike the ball. But before he spikes the ball, there's a rule, and I didn't know this before yesterday. Like I said before, like I haven't been watching much this season, and I hadn't watched like in the past like 2 seasons before that. So I'm not America's #1 NFL fan. But I guess there's this rule that the referee has to touch the ball before they could hike the ball. And there's like this kerfuffle. The referee kind of gets in the way, and the clock runs out, and the game ends before he could spike the ball. Like he was going to have like enough time to do one more play. They were going to leave like maybe 1-2 seconds left on the clock and just have enough for one more play, one last ditch attempt. And hey, listen, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe it would have happened. We'll never know because of this. Like we have the clip.
Yeah. So, but what I wanted to say was just like, it was more than just the referee kind of got in the way. Like, no, the referee deliberately, like, he got in like an idiot. He was like a moron at the bar rushing when there's a whole bunch of people waiting for the bartender. Like, what?
So this is my thing, right? Everybody who's there knows what's going to happen. This guy's going to run up and try to spike the ball, right? So when they're running up the field, like at the second the play is dead, or even before the play is dead, everybody's running up the field to get back to where they need to be, get on the line to spike the ball. Like everybody's on the same page. The referees know what's happening.
In order to stop the clock.
Exactly. The commentators know what's happening. It's like some people say they should have put the ball in the ref's hands. That way the ref could just put the ball down, and he's not like trying to cut through linemen and get to the ball to touch it, to put it like, because I guess he has to verify that the ball's where it's supposed to be. So he has to touch it and like be like, all right, this is where it's at. Let's go. Yeah.
But it was, to me, I want to know what the outcome is if he doesn't do that. Like, are we in a situation where if he doesn't touch the ball, the play doesn't count? The game is a no contest?
No, you can't hike the ball.
Okay, so he has to touch it.
Yeah.
So there's no way he could have decided to forego that and let the play run.
No. What could have happened is that he could have multiple things could have happened. They could have gave him the ball, and he could have been like ahead of the game and like put the ball where it's at, as opposed to putting the ball down and then waiting for him to come over and touch it. He could have been positioned better on the other side of the line, like have hustled.
He as in who,
the
referee?
Okay, could have been in a better position. Like, because if you look at it, he had to cut through the offensive line and then through the defense, touch the ball and then cut through the defense to like be in a position where they could do anything.
It's really bad. I think it's. I don't know how they don't review that and run the clock back a few seconds and restart. I don't know how they don't. How's that not a thing?
I don't know.
Like
I'm not an expert by any means.
Yeah.
So I really don't know.
I imagine he's considered like part of the field, because it's the same thing like with an umpire in baseball. If he's standing there and he's just in a bad position and the ball is hit and it hits him, the ball is live. Like the ball is live. Like wherever it bounces off of the umpire, as long as it, it stayed in play. Like
that still counts.
Yeah, you have to go figure that out. And there's umpires all over the field. There's one at first base, there's one at third base, there's one in the middle.
Wait, if it hits when the guy at third base is sitting out of bounds, though, if it hits him, that should be a foul, no?
Well, yeah, but if it hits him while he's out of bounds behind the bag, or in front of the bag, rather. Yeah. Like, it has to be, he would have to be out there. But there's one up the middle. Yeah. So let's say there's a line drive hit back up just past the pitcher and hits off his knee and shoots this way toward first base. Guess what? Get on your horse and start scrambling because you got to go make that play because that shit is live.
Yeah.
Just like if you run into him. If he's there and you're running, like tracking a fly ball, and you're like running back, and you knock into him, he's part of the field.
Yeah, but at the same time, things like that don't happen because those refs are like, they got to get out of the way, right? They know, like, all right.
They know to get out of the way, but
I got to get out of the way.
But sometimes you can't get out of the way. So, so I guess maybe my point being that, the game is still in play. The game is still live if he gets involved or interferes into play somehow inadvertently. Like that's so this ref, I'm sure there's probably a rule where you can't go back based on the ref being in the middle middle of, because there'd constantly be interference and there'd constantly be people arguing calls. So anyway, we've talked about this quite a bit, but we want to just show you guys this clip so this way you guys can see what we're talking about and everybody can kind of put their own 2 cents in. Silence, we're about to play this clip of this debacle at the end of this NFL game yesterday. So it was the Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers, and there was this debacle at the end that pretty much cost them the game. So I'm sure that you saw this with the ref, but we're gonna just play this and let's see what goes down.
This is going to work out. It will. They'll be able to clock this. They were planning for it.
I think
down.
Is this a play right here? Okay.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
They can hear it.
Official gets in the way. The game's over. Gosh. The game is over. Oh, he did.
It's going to loop again in case,
They're
you
going to
missed
look
it. I
at
think
this.
it started a couple seconds in.
It's going to be over because the umpire has to touch the ball. Of course, that's ridiculous for a game to end like that, Jim. Wow, I am livid if I'm a Cowboy fan and if I'm a Niners fan.
That's the end of the game.
The game is over.
So if you're just listening to this in the audio version,
San Francisco
it's a
to
play
get
of
to the
this
quarterback here. Prescott
in the
takes off
yesterday's
running
Cowboys
the
game.
football. Whoa, I don't think this is going to work out. It will. They'll be able to clock this. They were planning for it. It's down.
Crazy.
that is
my gosh.
unbelievable. So right there is where the ref gets in the way and
The game
ruins
is
the
over.
game.
Oh,
I mean,
he did.
it's super debatable, right? Because it just the truth is he just might have cost them an opportunity, like an opportunity to close out the game and get the dub.
And it's just so ironic that you happen to have bet on this game.
For the first time, like through one of these apps. Yeah, it's the first time I ever bet.
About
on
to
the,
start calling you mush.
Yeah, what's that?
You know, you never seen Bronx Tale? There's one guy they call him mush. Every time he bets on everything, everybody else is freaking. It was Goodfellas. Mush. Every time he bets on something, everything goes to shit.
Oh nah,
They fucking lose.
I hope not, man. Because
Damn it, was that Mush or was that Goodfellas or Bronx Tale?
you know
Damn.
people love those fucking movies, those like
Yeah.
mafioso movies.
Somebody in the
Motherfuckers
chat.
love those movies.
Somebody in the chat verify me. Is that is the guy Mush that gambles? Mush is that's a Bronx Tale. That's when Sonny puts the whale in the bathroom
Okay,
for looking at him when he's shooting the dice.
I don't know it.
So yeah, that's what they call him, mush. So it's so funny. Like every time everybody's doing what they everybody's got their bets going and shit like that, and they're all like, let's go. And then Mush comes and they're like, fuck, what horse you got? And he says a horse, and they're like, ah! Everybody like rips up their tickets because they know he's gonna lose now.
That's bad fucking funny. He just got bad luck, that dude.
Yeah, he's just they call him mush because everything he touches turns to shit. You know? Oh man, it's funny, bro.
It is what it is. Man. You know what's mad funny is like people when you're like a fan of like a team that like nobody else is a fan of, like your friends, you'll consider if they lose, like your phone will blow up with people just texting you talking shit, right? Mm-hmm. And we had such a good season that this year I didn't get a lot of texts. I barely got any. But when they fucking lost yesterday, when I tell you my phone was lit up,
Yeah.
with fun with memes and just people just text me, how about them Cowboys?
How about that? Yep.
Yeah.
How about that ref? Took one for the team,
And
huh?
and it's just so fucking funny. I'm like, you motherfuckers don't text me all year long.
Yeah, bro.
I was like,
That's
all
hilarious.
season long, I haven't been texting.
Not a happy birthday.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I said, but these guys lose, and I'm the first one you reach out to.
That's how it's got to be, man.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
You know,
It's hard for Giants fans and Jet fans, you know, when they're watching from home while not watching their team, you know, competing.
it's hard when half the season you spend it rooting against other teams because your team's already shit.
Yo, that's
No.
yeah. You know what's mad funny? That's some like Yankee fan shit. Like Yankee fans will be having the season of a lifetime. You know,
Yeah.
They clinched the fucking 14th week of the season. You know what I'm saying? And they'll still call you and talk shit. They'll look at the fucking Mets in last place. Look, you fucking sucks. You still a Mets fan? Oh yeah, I forgot you were a Mets fan.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Your wife know that? I feel sorry for you.
do yourself a favor. Don't let your kids be Met fans.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, it doesn't even matter. Like, you guys are doing great. Why the fuck does it matter like that?
Because, that's how it goes, bro. Come on, man. People got to talk shit. That's part of the game, man. Especially sports. That's what it's about.
The Yankees are different. I think the Yankees
It's
are like,
New York that's different.
I think because people will not even be a fan of baseball and like die for the Yankees, you know?
Yeah, you see a lot more Yankee tattoos on the calf.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of calf tattoos with the Yankee logo.
Yeah. Dude's got fucking 3 Derek Jeter jerseys, and he's like, you know,
wearing a pinstripe Derek Jeter jersey in the middle of like December. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's gone to 16 games and watched 3 at home.
Does not matter. But wears a Yankee jersey to other games.
Yeah.
Wears a Yankee jersey to like a Met game.
He wears Yankee jerseys to baby showers. Are you kidding me? The guy I'm talking about.
You're right, bro. You're right, bro.
Just like, you know, he don't know who's pitching tonight, but he knows he loves the Yankees.
Whole lot of cargo shorts involved in this scenario.
And it's because it's easy to be a Yankee fan.
There's a lot of history. That's
it's like
thing.
the Patriots.
But yeah, I guess up there it's like the Patriots. There's a lot of history with the Yankees, even like long-standing history.
Not a great team. I'm just saying there's a lot of mamas out there that don't know a thing about baseball that just love the Yankees, and it's easy to be a Yankee fan because they always win. It's hard to
they don't always win anymore.
Well, back in the day, they haven't won in a long time.
It's just history. Yeah. You know, they have like the most championships I think of any professional team.
No, they're great, dude.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying this is why people get all fucking wrapped up in the Yankees. Is it becomes like a gang, like a club.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't have to just know like today's Yankees. They want you to know like the Yankees from the 50s and shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Dude,
what do you know about the Eminem boys, Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle, huh?
Dude, Yankee fans are like Apple users. You know what I'm saying? They look down at you if you're an Android user.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel bad for you. You know, with that fucking Android phone that don't work and shit.
My Android phone works.
That shit don't work.
Do you want... Go ahead.
I wanted to celebrate a little bit first. We haven't really talked about it much, but Ghislaine Maxwell being found guilty.
Yes.
So we're gonna give a little shout out to justice on that. Found guilty on 5 counts out of 6. And that's in that whole child kind of trafficking, luring children.
Who she is?
Ghislaine Maxwell is the female partner in this whole ordeal with Jeffrey Epstein. So she was essentially the scout in a lot of ways, as has been presented in the case and in the media, kind of a scout for young ladies to bring to him. And
she seemed like she was like a recruiter of sorts.
Yeah, many of which were underage, and taking them to secluded places, islands, properties owned by this guy, and allegedly a lot of other very well-known, powerful people in society globally. So anyway, she gets found guilty, faces 65 years. Now she's saying that she may be willing to disclose the name of 8 previously anonymous people involved in this case that were allegedly sleeping with young women. The article did not say underage women; it said young women. Yeah. So I don't want to say something that I hadn't read. So it's young women. Not, I don't know if that's necessarily underage, but sounds like she's going to start talking, which means she's going to start missing pretty soon.
She's about to turn up missing.
Yeah, you see, Silence says she about to meet up with Jeff at Epstein Island 2.0.
That's it's interesting because who knows who these 8 people are, but if they might be one of those 8 people, might be one of the guys.
Yeah, I first of all, I can pretty much assure anybody that these are more than likely people with some significant influence. But who's to say? I mean, nothing's come out yet.
Who's the prince they said that might have been over there on that island? Because they say that maybe his name might be one of the names that are in there.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to speak out of I don't want to speak falsely here. I think it's Prince. I know Prince Andrew was one that was named in this initial case.
Okay.
So a little quote right here is Prince Andrew admitted to staying in Epstein's mansion for 3 days in 2010 after Epstein's sex conviction offenses against a minor, describing the location as a convenient place to stay. So, What?
Convenient from what perspective?
A convenient place to stay. So,
because convenience could be that they have the flavor of like, beer that you like or seltzer.
Wait, let me make sure I read that properly. After I've seen. Oh, okay. He admitted after the conviction, he admitted to staying there for 3 days in 2010. So before the conviction, he admitted to staying there for 3 days, and described it as a convenient place to stay.
Okay.
So then afterwards, he was.
It's an interesting way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, he probably meant convenient because the place that he was said to have been at was in New York City.
Okay.
That's where that location was. So I don't know if maybe he's trying to
when
say
he's
it was,
here, it's like it's right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah. Wherever the location was. But I remember there being like photographs of him like being seen with the person he's saying he never met and stuff like that. It's
yeah. I've seen that too.
It's it's a little hairy. It's getting a little deep out there.
Yeah, this one's unraveling well.
Yeah, but again,
we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully somebody's keeping an eye on her and no cameras go down. Malfunction. Nobody falls asleep on the old job.
I don't know how they fucked this one up. You know what I'm saying? Like this one be hard. After the last one, it's like.
Well, you think that last one was fucked up? That last one went right according to plan.
What I'm saying is, what are they gonna say about this one? If something happens, like what are they gonna say? Whoops.
The media will just bury it. I'm sure a lot of the media is well aware of what goes on over there.
This one would be significantly like harder to bury.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
they'll just drop a bunch of TikTok videos, an extra 10,000 TikTok videos for everybody's stream to just thumb through, and they'll forget all about it.
No. I'm not saying that isn't the plan. What I'm saying is that they have to do some kind of cleanup, cover up, right? And that this one is going to be a little bit harder than the last time.
I feel like people are reckless. They don't cover up anything. They just distract and deflect. And that's what they do, and then people just forget about it. There's such a high flood of content and information that you just forget.
I guess we'll see.
Bro, have you looked into the aliens at all?
No, they tell me these motherfuckers existed, and I just said I knew it, and then I sat back down and kept doing what I was doing.
You just overlooked it because we were being intentionally distracted by other things. I mean, I swear, I feel like that announcement about the aliens was a test. They were like, you want to bet? You think we don't got them all scared of this shman shmemic? You think they're not scared of this shman shmemic? Watch this. I'm going to drop it, tell them that the aliens are real. And they're like, yeah, right, get out of here. And he was like, watch, I'm going to drop it, make a statement. Aliens are real. I'm telling you. And they dropped it, and everyone was like, oh my God, aliens. Where's my mask? Where's my mask? That's what are you double vaxxed? They just said there's alien. You double vaxxed?
If you want to come in here, you got to be double vaxxed.
Yeah, nanu, take me to your leader. Where's your vax?
So they're not here yet.
Yeah.
When they get here, I'll ask them.
Yeah.
You're holding up the line, honey.
Yeah, that's it. When they make contact, then we'll address it.
That is pretty funny because I wasn't much of an alien buff.
Even if you weren't, I mean, if there was anything short of just intentional information overload going on, we would have looked into the aliens.
If they were force feeding it to me, like, if they were just putting it on a couple more commercials, or just talking about it in general, yeah, maybe I would have looked into it.
Think about it, bro. This guy, Epstein, just dying in a cell when the cameras went out, happened to be no COs around, no explanation. It's already gone. Nobody talks about it. It's gone.
Yeah. Well,
it's gone.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal when it happened.
For a news cycle, and then it went away.
Yeah. Now, well, that's most things, right?
They just hit you with a million things. Well, nothing the way like how it is now. I mean, they just drown it out with nonsense.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's most things, right?
Most things meaning what? Most
like everything, like today's news. No matter how like hard it is, like it maybe it'll last a couple cycles. Only thing that's lasted a long time is the smash memory.
Yeah, because that's the intention.
Yeah,
it comes at you from all angles. But anyway, I digress. All right. Yeah. See, Silent Sounds agrees. He agrees with something I said.
Yo, what up, Juan?
Thanks, bro. What's up, Juanito? But I wanted to
You want to jump to the next topic, or you want to do your viewers question?
Oh, that's right. You wanted to do the viewers question. That's right. There was an anonymous viewer question.
Anonymous.
That was, I'm not allowed to tell our friend here where it's from.
Yeah.
So there was just a general question. I think this is just from listeners, and they have questions like the one that came to me about do I think that gamers are athletes, right?
Yeah.
That definitely, stemmed from probably our previous conversation about VR.
Mm-hmm.
So the question for Berto was, does he feel that there is some kind of, I think it was some kind of concerted effort to try and silence people that think independently and don't pick a team?
Okay, that I didn't
like think independent thinkers. They try to silence independent thinkers. People that have their own, think independently, essentially.
Yeah, I think they try to silence independent, but I also don't think that they're the only people that they try to silence. I don't think that there's like an agenda to solely silence independent thinkers. I think they silence a lot more than just independent thinkers.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I feel like it's mostly, harmless people.
But what's an independent thinker? Someone that just, like doesn't follow the beaten path, that thinks at like in an opposite way to like most. Yeah, I think, yeah.
The way I took it was that somebody that doesn't align with what the masses wants to be projected forward. So people that take an opposing stance on certain issues, people that ask questions.
Yeah, certain ones they do. The ones that avoid, the ones that don't follow their mantra, because they're not silencing flat earthers. Them motherfuckers are on YouTube. There's enormous communities of people who preach that the world is flat.
Yeah.
Nobody's deplatforming them. No one's pulling them off the internet. No one's shutting down the forums.
Yeah, what's up with the misinformation over there?
Those guys are that's you want to talk about misinformation.
Where's the fact checkers there?
These guys they swear to Christ that the world is flat. Have you ever seen some of these videos? I've seen one video with a guy who was like a flat earther, and he was like, I thought for mad long that the earth was flat. He goes, but now I know the earth is not flat. And he begins to prove, like he's like showing like why the earth isn't flat. And then little by little, he gets back into it. He's like, no, but what about this? And no, he goes, no, I was wrong. The earth is flat. And he's back at the beginning. It's like this hilarious video. But regardless, like that's a large community of somebody who's spitting like wrong information. And I think like, even you and I talked about this, about like people talking about things that they don't know about. But
so this is in terms of like misinformation, kind of quote unquote
misinformation, right? But I think that that's what the internet's there for. If you allow this person to say whatever they want on your platform, you got to allow this other person to say whatever they want on their, even if it's contrary to popular belief, or if some people hate it. It's like that's not what it's about. It's about everybody voicing what they believe and like saying whatever they want to say. And if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it.
Yeah, and I think we need to start making people accountable for multiple things. One being, you're accountable to look into things before you start believing them and and kind of spreading them. I think it's up to listeners. I think the burden is on the listener to go and try to figure some things out, research some things, look something up, read a book. If you hear something that interests you that you think may be true, look into it, before you go run with it. And of course, consider your sources. Don't go to a comedy podcast run by a comedian and take advice regarding anything other than how to write a joke.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's specialty in certain things. You could take like back kick advice too and stuff, and like training and motivation, but don't go to Joe Rogan's podcast looking for high-end medical information, because clearly there's an issue here with the listener not considering where to go. You're told multiple times by a lot of these podcast people, don't listen to what I'm saying. How many people making financial videos are like, this is not financial advice? You know,
I think they have to say that for some reason because all the motherfuckers say it. But the
licensed ones do.
The financial advice thing is a perfect example. Another perfect example is when we were young and we were and they were, you know, and there was like this battle against rap music and how it like made people violent, or video games and how they make people violent.
Yeah.
And it's like, at what point do you tell that somebody's buying this for this kid? I didn't have enough money for the Eminem album. Somebody bought it for me. I don't have a job. You know, somebody bought it for me. How come they're not telling this person to stop buying it for me?
Yeah. I mean,
they're telling Eminem to stop rapping. They said stop rapping about fucking violent, you know, whatever the hell they wanted to stop him from doing, violent music, or, you know, this or that. I was going to get into something else, but I'm not going to touch that one. But why don't you just tell people, stop buying it? Why don't you just tell the parents, hey, can you do us a favor and stop buying your kids Eminem CDs because he keeps burning them and handing them out of school?
Because somebody was still getting paid. Follow the money.
Yeah, man.
You know, follow the money. So anyway, it's just consider your source. Before we go silencing everybody and telling people they can't talk, let's consider where you're getting your information. I mean, come on, guys.
Don't come here for facts.
No, don't come here for facts.
Come here for laughs.
Come here for laughs and come here to spark conversation, spark ideas, and, you know, that's it. You're not coming here for anything else. I mean, we do like to talk about things that are
current.
Yeah, and we do our best to kind of look into things prior, but I mean, this is not the place to educate yourself. You know, so let's make that clear.
We're giving opinions on interesting things that we find.
Yeah, that's it. And exactly what it is, opinions. So therefore, opinions oftentimes are not fact.
Yeah, but just to close the loop, the answer to your question is, yeah, I believe that independent thinkers are being
they're trying to.
I don't think that they're the only ones.
Put them in the
you
box.
Know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that like only these people. There's a lot of people that are fucking. I think it's people that don't fucking step in line. You better get in line.
Yo, you better get there, stay
now, let me
there,
ask
bro.
you a question.
What's up?
These websites that are. I'm sorry, I just touched your hand.
Yeah,
I liked it though.
Sorry, I'm only one. It's my first.
These websites, do they reserve the right to silence people that don't, like, you know, follow their agenda or don't align with their values, right? So
they mask it under things like terms of service or you know.
No, I'm just asking you if you think that, because it's weird, right? And I shouldn't ask this to you because it's not a fair question, but I'll just throw this out in the air. Like, should these places be allowed to do that, right? Because if it was like a Christian website and you said something that didn't align with, like, you know, those religious values and they kicked you off, it wouldn't be a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But these like enormous platforms that incorporate everybody, that are intentionally like their intention is to incorporate everybody. They're not singling anybody out. Like, it's not like a club. Twitter isn't a club. Anybody could get into Twitter, you know?
Correct.
Like, should they reserve the right to, like, you know, censor people
as a private business, like be able to choose who their users are?
And this question isn't
no,
directed
I
to
like
you,
the question actually.
But, it's just you could feel free to comment on it as you please.
I think that this brings about the debate I think that's been had for years now between, you know, government and big tech, right? Is big tech, are these platforms now to be considered open use, like kind of like the internet, like you know, they're almost like common public service? That's what people are saying. Like, so many people use it and use it every day. Should it be like a utility at this point? You know, like this kind of stuff. Like, should this be regulated now? Should it be regulated by the government, or should it be regulated by the independent CEOs and stuff like that? Because I think the difference comes in, if you're censoring people, they don't have to disclose why, right? Now, if, let's say you're saying this Christian website, if they have like clear rules laid out, like a list of rules.
Like a terms of service. Just like Twitch bans people all the time.
Yeah, but they state why they're being banned. That's the difference between, in my opinion, Twitch and this other stuff, is they just, like, you won't get an answer from Twitter. You won't get an answer from certain sites.
Yeah, and
they'll just say that you're violating community guidelines.
Yeah, and I think that that Twitch does that with people too. I think that I don't think they're the only ones that do that. I don't know. I'm not 100% positive, but I believe that Twitch has done that to people too, where they just ban you and they're just like, well, we're not telling you why. And I think sometimes it's because it's like right on the edge or something. It's like when you get fired and they're like, well, you're getting fired, just for this, but we're not going to get into like anything else, because like at that point it gives you something to pull at, right? It's like, well, that's not true and this is true. I definitely think that you should know why you've been banned. I was fucking banned from Pokemon Go, and they told me why I was banned. They didn't tell me like when or where, but they tell me I violated their terms and services by using like third-party applications. Sad, one of the saddest moments of my life.
All right, so there you go. At least they explained to you.
Yeah, they did.
It's just weird when they cancel people, and some scenarios it's hard to see them. It's hard to see the scenario as anything other than kind of a retaliation almost, or like because some of the stuff that people have been banned for. I mean, I'm not going to pull any specific things out, but people get banned for things that just are not untrue, like factual things. They're not threatening, but then other people are able to, let's say, have explicit content still be up.
That's crazy.
Have stuff like that. I mean, then there needs to be a discussion as to like, why is this being silenced, and kind of that stuff isn't. But that's either here nor there. But in terms of the silencing, I have to kind of agree that I think there is something going on. But who's to say what the hell is what?
Yeah. Independent thinker is such a broad term. That's a good term. Silence says that there's people suing PayPal for money being taken from their account without explanation.
Yeah, so
that's crazy. I hadn't heard about that. No. I wish I did. I'd love to fucking talk about it. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. But I wouldn't doubt that it was something to probably do with people gaining access somehow, and some kind of terms and service that you're agreeing to without realizing that you are. I mean, it's only a matter of time before that gets into there, before you start allowing like a permanent access to your bank account and stuff. Like, people will start doing that. People will start that, like, if they haven't already.
What's that?
Just start allowing access to their funds and stuff like that.
Well, people do that with apps all the time. People do that with especially financial applications, like those applications that tell you how much you're spending a month on this or how much a month you've spent on that, and they help you organize your finances.
Yeah, I can't front. I use them.
There's nothing wrong with them.
They help me.
There's nothing wrong with them. I think they're.
But you're right.
But there's already applications that like completely have access to your account.
Correct.
And one thing that I thought was funny, and I guess I understand it now because I Googled it, but when you sign up for one of the sports betting applications, you have to provide your social security number, which when they asked me for it, I was like, no fucking way.
It's for tax purposes, I'm sure.
But yeah, it's for tax purposes. If you win over $699, then they give you whatever tax form they have to give you for you to give to your tax guy. But at first I was kind of like, wait, why are you asking me for our social? No way, you're gonna steal my identity. Yeah. But then I realized, oh, okay, that's what this is for.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. In hindsight, it makes perfect sense.
I wanted to when you said Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I that's what I said that for. Let's go, brother.
Yeah.
Right into the next topic.
When you said Pokemon Go, we didn't talk about this, but we can't let this go.
Nope.
We were we saw online, we were reading an article about a pair of Los Angeles police officers that were there was actually a group. They were with other officers, and a call came over the radio about an armed robbery in progress, or a robbery in progress, and a lot of the cops left to go to respond to the call, while these two other officers did not respond to the call. Instead, they went somewhere else. They were recorded on a device. I guess each squad car or whatever has a device that records audio periodically or what have you. So they were picked up on some kind of a recording device, I think in the squad car, that said that heard them talking about Pokemon. That this guy was like, yo, I'm not going to the call. You going to the call? Like, no. He said, no, wait, it's a Snorlax up on like whatever.
Fairfax.
Yeah, there's a Snorlax up around the corner. He's like, I think I know how to get there. He's like, nah, I think over there's like a dead end. They were discussing strategy on how to get to the Snorlax.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a potential robbery in progress that their colleagues are responding to. And it was caught. It was recorded and stuff. And you can hear him. He's like, man, this guy's fighting the hell out of me. They were quoting him. That the guy ends up getting a Snorlax. The other guy got another Pokemon. And he's like, wait till so-and-so hears about it. He's going to be pissed. Like, he's going to hate on me so bad that I got this shit,
At one point, Snorlaxes were a big deal in Pokemon Go.
It's just so funny to me. And this brings me to my metaverse topic that we talked about.
Yeah, I don't think that,
Come on, bro. The
Yeah.
cops are not being cops. They're catching Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if there was VR. Imagine if if it was some VR and he was slaying some stormtroopers.
yeah.
Then what?
I mean, it'd be the same consequence, right? And it'd be the same action. Whether they were playing Pokemon Go or Candy Crush, they were not doing their job to play a video game, I'm sure those guys, they lost their job, right?
I think they did. I
Yeah.
think they did. So crazy.
Which is this is a hard thing to do in that field.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. I mean, listen, don't you catch a Snorlax. Don't you dare catch a Snorlax.
Yeah.
But you could catch you a
Yeah.
you could catch yourself an unarmed youth.
Yep.
That's what you can catch yourself,
Mm-hmm.
Now let me stop that.
But yeah, don't worry. It was in my head too. You're just saying my thoughts.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's super fucking
ironic.
funny. It is ironic. I don't think it's it's not something I worried about. The rest of the police department playing Pokemon Go, not showing up to calls, just two knuckleheads that were fucking off. It's ironic that they were playing Pokemon Go, but I'm sure that happens every single day. Somebody doing something.
yeah, whether it's picking up his boneless ribs
Yeah.
or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'll make it to the call. That's me. Damn it! I wanted Splenda in my coffee. Like,
Yeah,
you put regular sugar in it. It's too sweet. Here,
Dude's
switch
in
it
a
up.
drive-through at Starbucks, and he's been on the line for 45 minutes, and he's next up.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to. It's. I guess it could be applied to anything.
Yeah, it's funny because they're playing Pokemon Go. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But the truth is like they were fucking off and they didn't go do their job.
Yeah.
Their job's just much different than other people's job, because if in my job I was playing Pokemon Go instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing, and then I went to go do it later, I don't think it'd be the end of the world. But
Yeah.
I don't save people from armed robberies.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know the follow up to that. I don't know if that call ended up being anything. If anybody got injured at that.
Yeah,
At that.
and this was a long time ago too. This isn't recently.
No, it just came out recently though,
Yeah,
right?
it just came out recently. I think it was like 14 or something like that. It happened.
Damn, man.
But these guys just lost their job. Here you go, like 6 years later, 7 years later, they're just like, "Hey, remember that Pokemon Go phase?
Had to go get that Snorlax, son.
Yeah, you're fired."
Yeah. You out of here, son?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
they were
that's
just
terrible.
they were on paid leave this whole time.
Right? This whole goddamn
This
time.
whole time they were up. I don't know. That's not a fact. I'm just saying. Wouldn't it be fucking funny? Someone's gonna take that and tell their dad, "You believe these guys were fucking playing Pokemon Go? They gave them fucking paid leave."
Yeah.
I heard it on this podcast.
Probably
It's
got
fucking
lifetime
true.
benefits.
These guys had nice microphones. They couldn't have been lying. I heard it on the internet. It has to be a fact. Let me go.
3 cameras.
Let me tell all my friends. This one guy with a beard. It was very nice.
I'm growing it in if you haven't noticed.
Nah, it's nice.
Yeah, I got a little, I had to grow it in. It's getting cold out.
If I could grow a beard, I would.
You would?
100% I'd grow a beard. I believe I would.
I wonder if I could be like a beard donator. I wonder if I could grow this out and then they could take it off like a skin graft.
Yeah.
And put it implant it in your face.
I've been thinking about getting the microblading. You know what I'm saying? You know how chicks be doing their eyebrows? I'm thinking about doing the whole beard.
Yeah? Damn. I mean, that is so weird to me when dudes get their hair drawn on. I seen it on like Instagram, and it's like, people are getting their hair sprayed on, like spray painted on their head.
Yeah.
Dude had the card. Bro, he had the card and he was hitting them with the spray, like,
Dude, my
giving
barber
him a
tried
hairline.
to get me with that one time. So you probably can't know. And listen, I don't have a haircut. I know I don't, right? My barber's out right now. He's not feeling well.
not.
I hope you feel better, dude.
He's a little under the weather.
Yeah, he told me the earliest I'm gonna know when I come back is Tuesday. I was like, bro, I look homeless. But anyways, my barber, he's a good guy. He's always trying to hook me up. He's always like advancing in like barber technology. Like every time I come in, he's like, bro, I got these new fucking clippers. They're so fucking sharp. Like I could cut you, but I could also shave a balloon at the same time. And I'm just like, all right, man, I don't give a fuck. Like just cut my hair, right? And I have like this little spot right here that it's never kind of grown in, even from when I was a kid. And he always wants to hit me with the spray and the Beijing when I'm there. He's like, bro, it's going to look fresh, bro. It's going to look natural. And I'm like, I don't fucking want it. Like, I don't want it, dude.
What do you do in that situation? Can you wash your hair? Can
He
you?
said he's
how
like-
does that? Do you have to preserve that spot? You got to put like saran wrap over it, like a tattoo.
Nah, he says you could wash it. He says you can go swimming and shit, bro. It's gonna look natural. And I'm just like, mine isn't that bad. Like it's. You probably never even noticed it.
No. What? So you're making sure that everybody's well aware that you ain't got no entradas, right? Like you ain't receding at all.
It's
He's
just
like,
like
bro,
a-
it's been like that since I'm a kid,
Bro.
bro.
It's been like that's how I was a kid. It's a little missing
Since I'm a
patch.
kid, bro.
It's a little patch. They used to call me Patches O'Houlihan
But
before dodgeball.
I just thought, I don't know. When I saw a video like that, I was like, this is the craziest
I'm not
thing.
into the fake beards.
I'm like, yo, this is the craziest thing. I'm like, this. You're spraying on. You're spray painting your head.
and it looks so dark that it's so unrealistic. Like
Yeah.
you could tell when somebody dyes their beard or their mustache. And when you're older, it's not a big deal. But when you're like a 25 to 35-year-old man
Yeah.
or sub 40, and you got this crispy, dark, black, perfect beard, it's like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I know that shit's enhanced.
Yeah, and it's just like spray painting a table. Like you could still tell it's a hairless surface. It's just a glossy table.
Yeah, you
like,
don't get dimension.
nah, you're spraying this like Rust-Oleum like high gloss finish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, that's clearly spray painted on skin.
Yeah.
That's not a beard, papo.
It's like the hair tattoo. But you know what? Women have all this fucking makeup and shit that they put on too. It's about time that they gave us something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
And this is the beginning. This is the beginning.
I think the beginning was calf implants.
That was a thing?
Oh, calf implants and pectoral implants and ab implants? You never seen dudes get ab implants?
No, I didn't know that was a real thing.
Bro, I'm so serious, bro. There's guys that don't work out. Instead, they just get implants, like pectoral implants, so that it looks like they got pecs and stuff. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about, well, that is cosmetic too. But
You don't think they would do that in Beverly Hills by now?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's
Yeah,
that's
bro.
like, I never thought about getting a calf implant. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, bro, I got chicken legs, but the last thing I'm doing is putting a pork chop in the back of my leg.
No fucking way.
That's not happening.
No way. You know what's funny? I was talking to my girl about this the other day about like all the filters. Like now people are like complaining about these filters being too good. Like women loved the fucking filters when they came out. Now they're saying like, no, they're too good. They're like catfishing. But these filters are the same thing as like when somebody comes up and they're just dolled out. Like, they're just made up. Because makeup, you could do wild things with makeup.
They're very different though. These filters are changing your facial structure. Like they're changing your facial structure.
You could do that with makeup too.
Not
The
like-
contouring,
bro. Not like
well,
this is CGI overlay on
Well,
you.
listen, it's not the same as the one that gives you the chiseled jaw. I'm not saying that you could do that in real life, and maybe you could even do something like that. But they do that. You could change it. They change the shape of their nose, bro.
I know, it's
you can have a
contouring.
chick with a fucking honker on her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She hits Sephora. She's gonna come out with some slender shit.
Right?
She can. Shorty can have a honker, like a red honker, too inflamed, like an inflamed snout. She spends 2 hours in Sephora. She's going to come out a dime piece.
That's hilarious. Y'all in the parking lot and shit, and her shadow look mad different. Like that profile is crazy because you're like, I don't see.
It doesn't look like that to
That-
the naked eye, but
Nah, that profile is. But nah, you're right. But
It's that witchcraft,
yeah, bro. But yo, it's warlock shit. But that the filters is crazy, bro.
yeah, the filters is a
it
little,
changes
yeah.
the size of people's eyes.
Yeah, that is
Changes
crazy.
their eyes, the shape of their eyes, the shape of their nose, your cheekbones.
Mm-hmm.
It makes girls' lips more full. And it's like, what the hell are we? People are going into plastic surgeons' offices requesting to be made to look like a filter.
Yeah, these are wild, and especially in a time right now where like internet dating or online dating is so prevalent. It's like so much. It's so big now. You could create a whole profile of you just looking like a snack,
Yeah.
and you ain't.
Nah, you definitely not.
Yeah,
You are not a snack.
There needs to be like a system, right, where it's like all your favorite pictures and then like one picture, no filter, right?
Yeah.
It's like here's your corner picture. There's nothing on this one. It's natural, no filter, nothing. Boom, bam.
There's somewhere that actually made it illegal to use filters now. There's a country that did that.
What?
Yeah, they made it illegal. Yeah. It was a while ago they did it.
I'm pro filters.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
think
right
you
now.
should be able to at the very least. I'm not trying to
No,
take
I
away
think
people's. You trying to take away people's filters? You trying to take away people's filters, bro?
I'm not. I don't
Are you-
care. I'm out the game. But I just think I don't think it's good for kids. I think there should be an age restriction on like social media. I think you shouldn't be able to use social media till you're 21. I think it should be held like drinking. Like you can't use it till you're 21. Like for real.
I do. I agree with like some of that sentiment. The fact that it is a toxic place, but like so is the gaming community, right? Like, do you want to talk about a toxic environment? Play fucking Call of Duty in 2008, and here there's some of the shit, or Halo. You know, that's also like a toxic community. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean it's Norway is the one.
Norway ban filters?
They ban influencers from retouching their photos. So they're not allowed to like alter their photos to look like someone they're not. Like they can't, like I guess you can't really go crazy retouching your skin and stuff like that. Bans influencers from retouching their photos. All of this was in July.
Damn. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
That's
so,
crazy.
Yeah, so if you want to, Nordic country, the influencer will have to declare. Oh, okay. So Norway bans influencers from retouching their photos. An influencer will have to declare if their figure or features have been edited and if they have used a filter through a government-approved label. So they have to disclose if there's been a filter used in this photo, if this photo has been retouched.
I always assume that every time I see an image of somebody like in a professional setting that it's been
Yeah.
adjusted. And like it's not even that I just assume it. I expect it, right? I expect somebody to come in and clean this thing up.
Yeah, I mean it's and if you don't expect that, people look nothing like they do in these photos and in these films, like
No, nothing.
then that's crazy. Again, we are, some responsibility is being put on the viewer to use a little discretion and use your head a little bit. Like these people don't look like this. Like every woman you ever see is going to have different curves and different contours to her body. So when you see these people that look like they have not a single imperfection on their whole entire body, you're like, that's not possible.
You have to know that this isn't real, right?
Yeah,
like you have to know that.
You
like,
should know, yeah.
Yeah. But then again, there's people that think that strippers love them. They go to the strip clubs and they really believe that these girls, like just really like them, and
Yeah,
it's
they're
nothing to do with all the money they spend there.
No, man, has nothing to do with that. People think everybody falls in love with a bartender once a night,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah,
Every
there's
night,
somebody somewhere in the world, somebody's falling in love with a bartender,
and she's like, "Yo, bro, no," like, and he's like, "So, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, she loves me, man.
She really likes me, man.
Yeah, putting his mortgage money in the tip, dumbass.
She needs it. She's going to school, bro.
Yeah, tuition.
She's gonna be a dental hygienist.
But yeah, I just think that I don't know.
It's all right, man. What's next? You want to talk about? We put Joe Rogan in the title as clickbait, but let's talk about.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't put it there as clickbait.
It was
It's tied into a story that we were talking about earlier. We should have just looped it in, but we didn't.
Well, I did. Yeah, we talked about Joe Rogan and how you need to use discretion when you.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about all the signatures that he got.
Oh yeah,
that
okay.
he didn't get that were raised against him and presented to Spotify.
All right, yeah. So there was a letter written by a bunch of healthcare professionals. Apparently, the number's somewhere around 250.
Which isn't even that many people. That's like an environmental department.
This is what
That's
they were scientists, healthcare workers. They were nurses, doctors, whatever, and they were upset about the misinformation, particularly with Dr. Malone's episode. That man has patents on multiple, smaxinations on, with the mRNA style vaccines. He has multiple patents back from like the 80s, 90s, something like that. He's done a ton of research.
His studies have been cited like hundreds, or is it
over 12,000 times.
Over 12,000 times his studies have been cited.
He has a bunch of peer-reviewed journal publications that he's put out on different information, different science, biology, all kinds of stuff regarding schmack-schmeen research. So he's a very qualified person to be having a conversation about this topic. And for some reason, people don't want him to talk. He was banned from Twitter, and he also is there's an issue like with him having been on Rogan, and people now want Rogan regulated on Spotify because of that episode.
Because he had a conversation with somebody that people don't want people to have conversations with.
Yeah, because they're saying that it's dangerous misinformation and it has powerful societal repercussions and stuff. And it's like, really, guys? I mean, like, have we gotten to that point? Like, are we at that point in America where we're picking and choosing who's allowed to talk? I mean, the whole reason you go to school, the whole reason you work in a field and you build a reputation and you build a resume, you build, experience under your belt and knowledge, you acquire all this knowledge is to be able to speak on a topic and be, listened to in a sense, or be able to speak on something confidently and know what you're saying is being received at least.
Yeah,
or at
they
least
want
heard.
to add value to this like scientific community, want to add things to it. And, he's done a ton of research and made a ton of developments in this industry. So he's somebody who, like it or not, he's probably one of the most qualified people to fucking have a conversation with than like you and I. Or, or the guy on the radio that's telling you to do this, or, or the person on TV, whatever the case may be. Like,
and that's my point is like, if we don't let the professionals and the experts talk about certain things, then where are we going next?
And you don't have to, like I said earlier,
it's not about agreeing.
Yeah, you don't have to agree with it. You don't even have to listen to it.
No, just, it's about the option of having a different perspective. I mean, what kind of marriage works in one direction? Yeah, nobody.
It doesn't exist.
No, there needs to be a two-way street here. You need to allow people to have multiple points of view and be able to disagree in a safe environment. Like, I mean, you should be able to ask questions. Like, why can't you ask questions?
With that being said, I feel like me and you should take a deep dive on flat Earth. I think we should come back with like 10 hysterical flat Earth facts, or flat Earth facts that not hysterical, that are like really made us think twice.
Flat Earth facts?
Oh yeah, no. Well, they're not facts, right? I got to be careful with the words I use.
Yeah,
they're flat Earth theories or
Okay.
reasons. I think we should come back. I'm gonna come back with some funny ones next week.
All right. I mean, I'll definitely look some up.
Yeah, because I want to give them the time of day.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
you want to give them a little benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, I want to see if they can convince me.
Yeah. Give me your best shot.
Yeah, exactly. I want to hear all the facts.
Yeah, I want to hear it all.
Tell me about the pictures are fake. There's no satellites.
Yeah. Now, and I also want to know, do you fall off the edge or do you just flip real quick?
Yes. What happens? Oh, wait. There's a top and a bottom?
That's my question. Is there an A and a B side to flat Earth? I don't know.
You just blew my fucking mind because I don't know what to believe. I don't know.
See, did I just blow your mind?
Yeah, and who's to say that there isn't a top and a bottom? Even they tell me that there is a top and a bottom. There has to be, right?
Maybe.
Because the sun goes around the top, then goes around the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, it's hello. This is why we're going to dive into this.
Damn.
So we can really see what the deal is. I want to know if it's like you hit the end, you're like, meh, and you just flip and you're like, meh, go back the other way. That's what I want to know.
You drive off the end?
Or do you just turn around like a Roomba? You get to the end and you're like, meh, meh, meh,
and what is the end?
And turn around.
Where is the end?
I don't know.
Where's the seam?
I don't know. Where is it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
and is it one big piece or is it a tiled flat Earth? Is flat Earth like a backsplash?
You think it's even? It's like a nice oval? Or you think it's like,
Oh, you're thinking it's
jagged?
an oval. I'm picturing it like an
circle?
LP. I'm picturing it like an LP, like a flat
Like an album?
square.
Oh, a square?
That's how I'm picturing it.
Huh. I thought it was either going to be an oval, like in a long, because I think we could agree that it kind of looks like a sphere, right? But if you take a sphere and you kind of stretch it out, you make it like an oval.
So now you're thinking it's like a long, flat.
I don't know.
Huh.
Nah, it's definitely not an oval.
It's definitely not an oval.
I think it's going to be a circle.
All right, it's going to be, all right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Like a flat circle.
We're getting somewhere. It'd be like a
think
flat
if it has to be something, it'd be like, because if you look at a balloon or if you look at a sphere from any angle, like it's a circle, right?
Yeah.
It's three-dimensional because we have the ability to like move around it.
Correct.
But if I held a circle in front of you, like maybe
I'd be like a mime.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. It's like, nah. It's interesting. So I wonder. I was picturing like a record package. Damn, you changed my whole.
Well, I don't know if there's a top and a bottom. I don't know if it's like a laser disc. Flip that.
That's what I want to know.
Once in a while.
Is there an A side or a B side? What's the B track? I want to know what's on the other side. That's what I want to know. I want to know what's on the B side of Flat Earth.
We need a flat earther on here to convince, not just to convince us, but tell to us.
Talk to the people.
Sell it to us and the people.
Talk to the people. Listen, anybody out there that knows a flat earther, a person that really is, I don't want to use flat earther. That sounds derogatory.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah. I want to, you know what I'm going to call him? An independent thinker.
An independent thinker. That's what I'm talking about. An independent thinker. See? Yeah. That's all right. You're already banned. You're canceled. You're not around. You're not allowed over here.
What's more independent than fucking flat earth theories?
Well, it's really not independent. That shit's damn near a political party.
Well, in the sense it's not like it doesn't align with like, everybody, the majority.
Don't be surprised. That's about to be taught in public school pretty soon.
You think so? You think the minorities, the majority is going to believe that the earth is flat?
They just want to. They just want to,
Yeah, if they send us a check every month, we would.
Yeah, man. Come on. We'll endorse it.
Yeah, send us a check every month. We'll start telling people how the earth is flat. I'll start making my own facts up.
Right?
Yeah.
Alternate facts.
You ever heard of Niagara Falls? Where do you think waterfalls come from?
Right? It comes from the edge of the earth.
Yep.
That used to be the old edge. If you didn't know, the edge grew.
We grew out.
That was the old edge.
Mm-hmm. Same way with mountains, except it was cold over there.
That's right.
No water falling. If it was hot, there'd be water falling.
I wonder if the B side is colder. It's got to be.
You think we just don't know about them, or you think that's just like the other side of the world? Like, you know how we think it's a sphere and there's like other sides of the world? Do you think that that's what like the flat one's like? Or if underneath it's a whole different world and we don't know each other?
Might be a different world. Might be something completely different altogether.
You think it's always dark over there?
Maybe.
Or we share the same sun? We have to share the same sun.
Huh.
Unless that sun theory's wrong too.
Alaska's definitely on the B side.
It has to be. It's always dark over there.
And it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
I think we figured this out.
Yep. Earth is flat.
Listen, guys. That's it. That's it.
Fastest on episode 69.
Drop the mic.
Now there's a couple things we still have to talk about.
Go for it, man. What you got? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
109. I wanted to talk about, two things I want to talk about. And they're both very, because, you look at I was like looking for shit to talk about today, over the weekend and today. And there's just nothing like, there's not really anything that's not like shmamic talk.
Yeah, I know.
Like I've just been inundated with like shmamic news.
Yeah, they're trying to upload anxiety and
and I
panic.
don't want to talk about that. It's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
So I seen trending on Twitter like things your father says. Things dad said.
Things dad said.
And I was just thinking of all the funniest shit my dad used to say. Dude, my dad used to have the funniest fucking, like when he would get pissed, he would ask me the funniest rhetorical questions. Like my dad one time asked me, he was in the kitchen and I did something that pissed him off. And if you guys see me rubbing my eye a bunch, it's because I feel like I got something in there. I've been rubbing my eye for like 20 minutes.
I think I saw a hair. I think an eyelash.
You got it, right?
You got it.
Anyways, so my dad would get pissed at me and he would always ask me like the funniest rhetorical questions. One time he was in the kitchen, he was about to start cooking something, and I did something that pissed him off, and he looked at me, he goes, "Bobby, you ever been fucking hit in the face with a frozen salami? Huh? You ever been fucking woken up with one of these frozen salami, somebody beating you with it?" He would ask me the fucking craziest rhetorical question. I'm like, "No, Dad, I've never been hit with a frozen salami."
What is a first day for everything?
Look at me tearing. Look at me, guys. Put me in. Can you get me over here? I got something in my eyes, all right? Go ahead.
Want to go to commercial break?
No. I'm going to figure this out.
All right.
So I bring this up to ask you and the listeners, is there anything that your dad's ever said or you ever heard somebody's dad said that was like fucking hilarious?
Yeah. There were some a couple. Like my dad has a few things like that, those things that they just always say. Mm-hmm. Like my dad would always say, like we'd be at like IHOP or something like that, and some like big dudes, big brolic guy would walk by and he'd be like, "Jesus, got built like a brick shithouse." You know, like that kind of shit. It took me forever
Yeah.
till I was a grown up to know what a brick shithouse is. A brick shithouse is an outhouse made of brick.
Yeah.
I never put that together until I had my grown up brain.
Yeah, no. I guess I didn't put that together when I was a kid either.
No, it was like, what?
My dad I would always ask my dad, like, "Where's mom at?" You know what he would tell me, excuse me,
What?
she's in her pants. She's out somewhere in her pants. I'm just like, I know
That's a goddamn riddle.
I know she's in her pants. Where are the pants? Where are these pants? Where's my mother?
Yeah, man.
I'm like, where's mom? She's in her pants somewhere. She's in her pants.
She's in her goddamn pants.
Yeah.
Where else would she be?
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Nah, I mean, there's always those things, man. Dads have some funny. This is why we need more dads in the picture.
Yeah. And I'm telling you about the ones that I can tell you about without risking losing my life.
Yeah.
My dad said some real funny shit that I can't say on
Yeah,
here.
same shit. You can't say. Damn, man.
I
But
don't know what Juan's talking about with the fake news.
he was talking about the shit we were talking about with I think earlier.
Doesn't
I saw
matter.
that earlier. So
Not that your comment doesn't matter. You matter, man. Everybody matters, bro.
yeah.
The storm that's coming, that's hitting the Northeast, Izzy.
Yeah, man.
There's a storm brewing.
What kind of storm is it? Is it snow?
It's a nor'easter.
I
No,
think
I think
thought the
it's-
nor'easter
it's
came
not.
last night.
The nor'easter thing was a joke. Was there a nor'easter last night?
Yeah, there was a nor'easter.
Nor'easter.
Yes.
There was a lot of water yesterday?
It was raining and it was a lot of wind, heavy wind.
Ah.
Shit was whipping, man.
I fell asleep early.
It was that spooky ass wind. You know when you're outside, like I was outside walking my dog and shit was just blowing like
It was whistling.
there were leaves blowing across the ground. It was like a kid's ball rolling by, but no kids around. I'm like, what the hell? Like it was like, are you afraid of the dark? There was like swings swinging and shit, like with nobody around. I was like, oh hell no. Gates creaking. It was just a creepy ass night.
Damn.
You know?
That is creepy.
Yeah, it was just one of them creepy ass nights. Like the freaking dumpster top is like flapping and shit. I'm like, yo, I had enough. I was like, yo, Lola, you good? Did you go?
Damn.
Because if you don't go right now, we going inside. I was like, hey, this is like, there's vibes out here. Like a werewolf about to come out or something. Like we're going to fuck in the house. Like I'm like, what the hell is going on? I felt like it was like mischief night almost, you know?
I was just gonna say like a Halloween, like a fall Halloween.
Yeah,
like,
but
well,
it
Halloween's
was-
in the fall. What the fuck am I saying?
Yeah, it was just like nasty out. And it was like dark and shit when I took her out. So it was like that along with all this creepy ass, you know, that I don't like all that shit, man. I was like, get me in a goddamn house, man.
I don't like that either, man.
Now, my
That's what-
dog's
I don't-
looking in the woods with her hairs up on her back. And I'm like, what do you see out there? Because I don't see shit. My dog's tail sticking straight up and she's just looking in the woods. And I'm like, yo, we going inside.
Yeah, that's more than the win. You had some other shit happen.
Yeah, man.
You
it's
like
just-
scary movies?
Yeah. Can't you tell?
I don't like scary movies.
You don't?
Nope.
Scary movies are good, man. You're
Don't watch
tripping.
'em.
No?
Negative.
Yeah, you got to
Don't
sleep with
watch
the lights
horror
on.
movies. No, it's not about like my. Not that I get nightmares. I just don't like them.
All right, fair enough.
Like I don't like the suspense aspect of it.
You don't?
No.
All right, I like it. It's good, man. Especially a good one, like a good one full of. You know what's pretty good? The Invisible Man. I know I touched on that. I think at some point
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
it was good.
Was it like a? It was like a horror movie.
It was like a horror movie. It was you didn't really know who it was. You almost didn't know if it was real, like or not. Like it was tricky. And the main character, the female, was the main character, Offred from Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, you see, some of them I could tolerate, like the ones that are actually like, you know, movies, and they have like, but the ones like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and like shit like that, like
There was a real good one. There was one
Just not
really
into
good,
it.
really good Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The one with Jessica Biel. You ever see that one?
no, I think I seen the first one and it just wasn't for me. It's not about the gore. It's just I just don't like suspenseful movies. I don't like movies that I don't like when they're so. And I don't think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like this, or maybe it is, but their only goal is to like freak you out, like to scare you.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that. I don't mind creepy movies. I like you know movies that make you think, but I'm not into like rawr, fucking pop out, shit popping out of places. It's just like,
if you watch,
if I want anxiety, like, I'll go to like my local bodega and stand outside there for a little bit.
But yeah, it's like a race car simulator. You can simulate that.
Yeah, I guess
that
I wanna
anxiety.
simulate that.
But it's not really. I could give you one good Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In my opinion, was the one with Jessica Biel. It was suspenseful and stuff, but like the story was good. Like
that's why I like a good story.
They highlighted some of the family of the killer. There was like I don't know. The dynamic was good between all of them. It was creepy, man. It was like the car breaks down, and they go to the mechanic.
Yeah,
and it's like the only mechanic anywhere, only gas station. He's weird as hell. It's gonna take a long time. So then they go to the next place. That person is related to the mechanic.
Oh,
She's like, sure, you can have a night.
Yeah.
You can stay and it's just real creepy, small town.
Everybody knows everybody. It's like, when I was younger, I used to like the Final Destination movies. Now I'm kind of like, I don't want to watch that shit.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting around waiting for one of these motherfuckers to eat a stop sign or something.
You aged out of it.
Yeah.
That concept it's made for that age.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But that's everything, man. That's everything that I wanted to talk about. If there's nothing else that you wanted to talk about, we're over the hour. We talked about a lot of shit tonight.
Yeah, man.
Had another viewer question, so we're really grateful for that. If anybody has any questions that you want me and Justin to bounce off of each other, or you want to create static on our relationship and you want us to debate about something, please send us a question so we can argue about it.
Absolutely. So, I agree with that as well. Send all your questions. If you can, you could send them to our Instagram. You can DM. You can send it to our you could post it here, a comment. It's probably better if you comment here. If you comment under this video and just put a question for next week, and then or this Thursday rather, and then we'll touch on that. We'll whatever, discuss it, debate it, answer it, what have you. But again, episode 69, and we are Masters of None.
That's sad.
That's it.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma.